was black magic. It was used by little and large alike. Its life-giving power was immense. Its power coursed through the blood of men. Then one day, the black magic died. The land fell into disarray. Trees stopped growing. The sun would not show. The birds would not sing. All men lost hope. In that dark time, the wild beasts of the land took succor. They roamed free, consuming all in their sight. The beasts devoured what was left of the fields, ate the grasses, drank the last remaining pools of water. This was a dark time with no magic. It was the end of times. So, this is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. Just rolls off your tongue, doesn't it? We've seen this camera before, well, my specific camera before, when I was doing the juice box unboxing and then the subsequent juice box test. Well, my camera was dead on arrival. I only discovered that it was dead on arrival about a week after I got it. This is back in December of 2018. And the problem that I had was that the camera simply was not functioning properly when any lens was attached. Doesn't matter if it was an Olympus, Panasonic, if it was an EF lens with an adapter, it didn't matter. The only lenses that actually worked with the camera without any problems were manual focus lenses, fully manual, meaning there was no electronic inputs whatsoever into the camera. The following footage actually shows you some of the issues that I had to deal with in order to realize that my camera was dead, and then to ask Blackmagic for help, which they did provide, and revived my camera. So this is the Olympus 12-100 f4.0 all-weather sealed, fantastic lens. When I got the 4K, I wanted to have one lens that I could use for all purposes, and the Olympus fit the bill perfectly. I got this as a gift during Christmas for my camera, and I was very excited. I turned on the camera, and something strange happened, which caused me a lot of consternation. This is what happened. You see that flickering? That's not the refresh rate of your monitor. That is exactly what was going on with the camera at the time. Whenever I put this lens on, that camera would flicker. And not just flicker, but there was a loud, audible noise. Listen to it. Yeah, it keeps going and going and going and going. So then I tried something else. I subsequently took the lens off and put the body cap back on and turned on the camera and tried to see if that fixed the issue. And it did. Suddenly came to realize it was either the camera that was completely faulty or the lens was. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell. I was at my family's place during Christmas, and I didn't have any other lenses or any other camera bodies. It was just this and the 1200, or 12-100. Well, there were more problems when I came back home. When I put on my Tamron 11-16 EF using a Viltrox adapter, great lens by the way, if you can find one of these somewhere, you should buy it. It's a fantastic lens. And the Viltrox adapter is also good. Anyway, I put that on to the 4K camera and I couldn't focus. It would not autofocus and it would not let me change the aperture. Well, the Viltrox has an electronic connection to Micro Four Thirds. It worked perfectly on my pocket camera, but it would not work on this camera. So I changed the lens. I put on a Panasonic 35mm lens. I think it's a 12-35 lens. It's a kit lens, and even in that one, it would not focus, and it would not let me change the aperture. In Micro Four Thirds lenses, the aperture is electronically controlled. So if the camera is not going to let you do it, you ain't changing your aperture setting. So this is what I had to explain to Blackmagic.
So I had a lot of back and forth with Manuel Hernandez at Blackmagic Design, and Manuel was exceptional. He responded to my emails. I sent many emails. Within 24 hours, he had a response, and we tried all sorts of issues. We tried all sorts of fixes for the issues. Eventually, I had to send the camera in, and this is the result. He told me that the camera was being shipped back 10 days after they had received it, and they stated that the issue was confirmed. The lens was making loud clicking, no iris, no focus, exactly as I had shown you in the video. The repair replaced the pogo pins cable. I have no idea what the pogo pins cable is, but I got the stuff back. I got my lens back as I sent my Olympus 12-100 to them because this was such a strange issue. They had not seen this before. Typically, Blackmagic does not want to take any accessories when they take your camera for servicing, because they don't want to be responsible for what happens to it. Well, they specifically asked me to send my lens to them because they could not recreate the same issue. So I sent the lens, and it was confirmed there was something absolutely wrong, and I am so glad that they were able to find what was wrong with it, the pogo pins cable. Now, had they not been able to find it, I suspect they would have given me a new camera, because this 4K camera was practically brand new. I had it for less than maybe a week before I discovered that there was a problem, before I actually started using the camera. So let's find out what a pogo pins connector actually is. What is a pogo pins cable? Okay, maybe this is what it is. Maybe this is a pogo pin programming cable. I don't know. I don't know what the heck this is. But it's a cable that just simply was not functioning properly on the camera. Now, if you have a 4K camera, if you have the Blackmagic 4K camera, and it's exhibiting something similar to this issue that I've shown you in this video, you must absolutely contact Blackmagic immediately. You have to take care of your camera while it's still in warranty. That's a no-brainer. You people are very smart. You don't need me lecturing you about this. But if there's something wrong with your electronic devices, don't try to figure out your own solution. You got to contact the manufacturer immediately, because your gadget is still in warranty. You have to make use of that warranty. You have to take advantage of it. Now, Blackmagic did an exceptional job in fixing the issue. They were quick to respond to me. They helped me through every part of the process. They kept me up to date, and they fixed the camera. I haven't had an issue like this since I got the camera back, and I got the camera back probably, I would say, January. Mid-January, I got the camera back. And since then, it's been running just fine, using all sorts of different lenses. The 12-100 works perfectly on this camera, as it does on any other Micro Four Thirds camera. So, the moral of the story is, the Blackmagic died the day I got it, but it was revived, and now all hope to man has returned.